Hello my friends, welcome back to another guitar lesson. So today we are going to talk about something that we've made mention of a bit before, and those are bar chords. So bar, B-A-R-R-E, is a French word to mean bar, like B-A-R. So the spelling is B-A-R-R-E, but the pronunciation is B-A-R, like a bar. Yeah, so a bar is simply this. Okay, to put a bar, like a stoppage, something that stops, a bar or a blockage. So for example, if I put this here, it blocks anything that is coming from this side behind from sounding, and now I have only the people this side can access, for example, the sound. These people here cannot access. So that's what it means. Just like you see here on the guitar, we have a nut. So this is called a nut, this white thing that the strings are passing on. So the guitar naturally forms its own bar on the first fret. So that's the nut that we emulate, because you see, when this nut is here, or these strings that are this side are they no longer have access to the sound. So we have only this side. So now we use this finger to emulate this nut. So we keep creating our own new nut. Yes, and this helps us to form new chords. I also normally like to call bar chords movable chords, because it means you can move any shape that you already know. For example, the E chord, the A chord, the D chord. The D chord is here, the small bar is here, blocking this other open string this side from sounding. So we're able to form these other normal shapes that we have been forming here. So we have our open chords called you normally use the word caged system to sum them up. So like that is the C chord in open position, the A chord, that is A, the G chord, that is G for G, K, so we are K, G, E, D. So we have all those open chords. We have all those open chords, and all those open chords can be accessed further by using a bar. So for example, I have the E shape. I want to get the chord that's next, F. But if I play it just like that, it's going to sound weird. So if I put my bar there, I have a neatly sounding chord. So we have, first of all, like we've always discussed, we have major chords and minor chords, and then of course other chords that will come in. But for today, we're going to focus on major and minor bar chords. Then we're also going to focus on 1, 2, 3 strings. So we have a major chord here on this E string. We have a minor chord on this E string. We have a major chord on this S string and a minor chord. Same on the D string, major and minor. So first we're going to start with this. So this is called the E shape from this. Okay, this bar chord, the E shape. So if I have the E chord, I want to get a bar chord. For any chord, I look here. So remember that we say that these notes are named E, F, F sharp, G, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, and continuing. So if I want to find the F chord, I'm going to locate it. It's here. So my fingering is going to change because this finger is going to now be making a bar. So my E chord is going to be held like this. So I'm going to move this shape like this, and then I place that bar there, right? So the chord remains having a bar and 2 frets of being held. So like that. So that is my F chord major, F sharp major, like that, like that, like that, for any chord. F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, like that, like that, like that. And that is the major shape. So like for example here we have major and minor, right? So if I'm forming the bar chord here, I'm still going to follow the same thing, the same fingering pattern, major, minor. So when I have this finger there, it's a major chord. When I remove it, yes, because this is the third, major third. So if I lower it, it becomes a minor third. So even when I have my bar chord like that, major, I lower the third, becomes a minor, right? Major, and you can hear that the major chords are bright. Major, minor, major, minor. Okay? So same thing, major. So that is how we form a major chord and a minor chord on this E string. Okay? Then let's go to this A string. So we emulate here now the A chord or the A shape. Okay? Or so we can use this or we can use this. So that's a chord. So if I want to emulate that, I'm going to still make a bar. If you want, it can come from up still, but you need more strength here, so it can start from here, and then you put your bar there. See? Or hear how that sounds. Or you can simply have that. So what I normally do to prevent this string from sounding is that this finger slightly moves up like this and makes some permuted note there. Just tap lightly. This one but if you want it open, you make sure that this one does not touch on this one, so you have maybe if you want like a slash, but it may not sound. So if you want like a slash, you may have to just hold everything right there. But if you don't want this to sound, same for this finger slightly slips over this one, not pressing it but slightly, like that. So if I'm holding it like that, or you just speak accurately, that if you want to perform so you're going to have that muted like that. And the same thing, so you can have it like that. Even here, this one lies slightly there. So it depends on which one is easier for you, this one or this one. They are all okay, right? Then still same thing, if I want to make a minor chord, remember here, A major, so this is a third, major third. If I lower it, major, minor, like that. So even the fingering is also still going to change like, so it's the same shape that I move around. So like I said, these are movable. Major, minor, like that. And then the next type of bar chord that we're going to look at, this is it's literally an open chord. It's just that it's also a movable chord. So we have the D chord shape, right? So we want to be able to attain this as well. This one is kind of tricky, but we shall still need to use it, okay? We need to learn it. If you want, you can use it. If you don't want, you can leave it. Mostly, sometimes when we use it, we use like half chords. We use it as a power chord, but you can still use it too. When your fingers get used to it, it's actually not that complicated. But for some people, it's kind of complicated. So this is the D shape, but this is the bar, the stoppage, to block the sound from behind. So if I have my D here, I want to emulate the D shape. So I'm going to assume that I'm using that shape, okay? So I move the shape right there, and then I hold. So the challenge is that for it has 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 frets to worry about, and it's a bit stretchy, but it's a good chord. Okay? So that's how it works. So the D chord here, and then the bar. So you keep moving it still. Movable chord. And of course, you have to know which chord you're playing. For example, now, this is E flat or D sharp. To F, to E. Okay? To F. F sharp or G flat, then to G. Like that, like that, like that, like that, as far as you want. I think you can see it offers us an open sound. Even if you want the slash chord, like that. Then the minor chord, same thing. Like the D minor chord here. We're just going to change the fingering. And then we shall have our chord. For example, if you want E flat, like that. So that is the other type. So we have 1 here, 2 here, and 3 here. And then how are bar chords used? Remember our numbering system? So first of all, you locate, let's say, the position you want to play in. For example, G. So you want to know, okay, I have my G chord is here. I'm going to play, let's say, for example, the 1, 4, 5, 1. Okay? So we have 1, which is G. We have 4, which is C. We have 5, which is D. So as a bar chord, where is G? I'm going to look for E, F, F sharp, G, right there. And then our A shape is on this string. So we're going to still look for C. This is A sharp, B, C. So here, so now we already have our 1, 4, and then the 5 is D, right here, movable. Same chord shape. So I have my 1, 4, 5, 1. If I want 1, 4, 5, 4. Okay? So that is it. And if I still want to, if my 1 chord is on this string, I have my 1 chord is C. So let's say we're in the key of C, C, F, C, G, C. So if my 1 chord is here, my 4 chord is going to be here. So I have C, F, G, 1. So that is how we make use of bar chords. So mostly we use this type. Or you can have that. Yeah, you can go down like that. So whichever is more friendly. I find this more user friendly. So that is how we kind of use barre chords. And then if we have like a 1, 4, 6. So you of course, like for example in the key of G you have G, you have C, you have D, and then E minor, C, like that. So I have my 1, 5, 4, 6, like that. Again. And for that minor chord, it needs all the strings to happen. Yeah, have a full sound like that. So that is how we use our barre chords. So next time, in the next lesson, we are going to look at barre chords with major 7 chords. So remember to subscribe in case you haven't, and to those who have, I appreciate. Do like the lessons and share them with your friends so that they can also learn, and also invite them to come and subscribe to the channel so we can keep learning together. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson.